Hey there, Vault Dwellers! Noodle here. Every once in a while, Bethesda gets something right. Today we'll talk about the Fort Fortress building set, why it's the best one yet, and how it's perfect for any level player or builder. You've probably already seen some videos about the best catwalks and the new must-have atomic shop item, but I bet you haven't seen anyone actually test drive the whole thing and demo every part of it that's amazing. Well, I'm about to. So buckle up and take notes. If you already own this bundle, I bet you will learn some fun new things about it and pick up cool new ideas for your build. If you don't have it, by the end of the video, you'll be counting your atoms to go get it. So let's roll. This set is available in the Atomic Shop right now as a full bundle as well as a collection of individual items that you can get. And it will be up for another couple of weeks at the time that I'm recording this. So whenever you're watching this video, check the dates, check the Atomic Shop. If you can get this, get it. I just got mine and I am blown away by it. Honestly, up in the shop, it doesn't look that glorious. The pictures and descriptions don't convey the full value of the set. What it includes is the kit itself, which is your typical different size walls with and without doors and windows. Then we have the partitions. You will find these in the defenses, and they're way cooler than what the pictures show. We'll get to that. Then we have what they call Fort Fortress Wall Walk, which I thought was just another fancy set of docks. And honestly, that was enough for me. I was excited about this thing when I thought they were docks. They are actually fully functional catwalks that you can also set up as docks. That's huge for anyone who's a serious builder or wants to get into merges and interesting shapes. If you've been waiting for catwalks, get at least this, the wall walk. Plus, they look much cooler than the shelter catwalks, which don't actually go with anything. We also have a new ladder-style staircase, very attractive, rustic, and immersive. And these fort stairs. These are incredible and honestly life-changing for anyone who's maybe just a beginner builder. These will allow you to create more interesting and dynamic structures without even knowing how to merge and glitch and all that. And then we have some minor additional things. A door, I probably already own one very similar to this, but it comes with a set, I'll take it. This hanging lantern, at last! I love my lanterns and I've been known to merge them in a way that they look like they actually hang. These actually hang. You can light up your whole camp without setting up a generator. And we have a very cool looking workbench. Also nothing to complain about. Wasn't looking for one, but it comes with a set, looks cool. Let's pick a new place to build and build a brand new camp. Since I want to test out these new docks and catwalks, I'm looking for a nice quiet place with a pond or a river. This little turn of the river between the two bridges is ideal. It's in the forest region, so it should be relatively safe and quiet for me to build. Yeah, this is perfect. Let's grab this beautiful chunk of land right here. You can even get closer to one of the bridges and actually grab the bridge as part of your camp so that you can incorporate it into your design. Me, I'll just take the land and the water. I'm not a big merger or architect in Fallout 76. I tend to build basic structures and spend a lot of time decorating. So in this one, I'm excited to push my structure shaping limits just a bit. I also want all of you to be able to create unusual and dynamic shapes with this kit without having any glitching or merging skills. I created some half-level platforms here using the half wall as my guide for height. And now let's see if I can attach the corner steps and have them actually click and be functional. Yes, I can. Ooh, that looks so good. I will continue with the half level then. I love half level offsets, and I tried adding them to my structures in the past to make them a little bit less boxy and also to work with steeper terrain. It's pretty easy to do, but the problem is connecting the half levels with steps, especially on the inside. Our standard stairs and ladders don't work with half levels and floors. And that's why you see people building steps with crates and suitcases and tables and all that. Sometimes those look amazing, and sometimes they're a bit awkward and out of place. But in any case, none of them are actually usable staircases. Your character won't just automatically walk up these stairs like they walk up regular stairs. You'll have to jump. So it's for looks only. This is a fully operational staircase. I'm already super excited about the possibilities given here with these staircases. You can flip them too. The staircase doesn't have to turn only right. If you want it to turn left, it can turn left. And looks like I can set up the staircase both on the outside and on the inside of my structure with the same ease. Amazing. I think the greatest thing about this feature is that it opens up a whole new world of opportunity of building on steeper slopes. Terrain in Appalachia is a nightmare to work with, especially if, like me, you hate hovering floors and structures. Now we don't have to be that selective about location. Very exciting indeed. Catwalks, cunningly disguised as docks by Bethesda's marketing department. This right here is reason enough to get the whole bundle. These wall walks, or whatever they're called, are available separately, so if you can't afford the whole set and have to limit yourself to just one purchase, this is it. Catwalks, I will continue calling them catwalks, are life-changing for anyone interested in building. Aside from the obvious, connecting structures with functional bridges, catwalk sets feature segments of different sizes. And these segments are what we use for gauging distance, flipping walls, and other ways tricking the game into unusual shapes and merges. You need catwalks to flip walls inside out, create round structures, make structures hover, and much, much more. This isn't really a building tutorial, and using catwalks for building and merging is a rabbit hole of a topic. If you guys are interested in it, let me know in the comments. And if enough people want to learn about advanced building, I'll make a video about that. In the meantime, I highly recommend that you visit Moonlight Cowboy's channel and see the magic that he does with his builds. I will use my catwalk for its very basic purpose of connecting my main house to this little gazebo across the river. We have had catwalks in the past. They do come around in the Atomic Shop. The only set that I personally own right now is the Vault catwalks, and those are ugly. They're extremely useful for all the things that I already explained, but ugly they are. So while I use them for merges, I never actually use them as bridges. In fact, the only time that I've ever set up a bridge above ground, I used roof segments. And that was all right, but a little bit wider than I wanted and a little bit too clean. This is beautiful. It's an immersive bridge that will work with any style building that you may be working with. For extra realism, let's add some pillars here. These pillars come in multiple lengths and you can extend them to fit any location. Again, nothing has to hover. The only thing that they don't seem to do is go into rock. So this area right here will have to remain unsupported. But I think that's okay. I don't think anyone will notice, and it's still structurally sound. The catwalk segments also come with a corner piece. So if you're using these over a larger water area, like a pond or a swamp, that may give you even more options. You can even build a whole network of camps, all connected by these walkways over a swamp. So start thinking about all the possibilities for your own building style. The general look and feel of this entire building set is a rustic gray textured wood look, which I think is very versatile. This type of weathered wood will go with pretty much anything that's already in the rustic wooden realm. So if you have any of the log cabin building sets, for instance, or the damaged set, or even the very basic building set that we all start out with, this will work with it. In fact, I will bring in one of my porch sets to demonstrate just that. This isn't a perfect match, but there are enough gray tones here in the wood for everything to actually flow well together. The inside of the walls is what I found to be the most impressive though. All the walls that we get in the game can be wallpapered over. Collecting wallpaper is just kind of my thing. Naked walls usually don't look very good, and actually when you try to put wall decorations on naked walls, depending on the wall style, usually the decorations will look like they're hovering. We don't want that. So in most cases, we actually have to wallpaper the walls in order for everything to look good and realistic. I tried out different wallpapers from my collection on these walls, And honestly, the naked version just looks better. I do recommend getting the walls. Well, I recommend getting the whole set. Because even though, like I mentioned, the catwalks and the stairs will go with any of the wooden sets, this one happens to also have attractive interior walls. C.A.M.P actually started buying this collection one item at a time. He got the wall walk, the steps, the corner steps that he thought, well, maybe I should get the fences. One thing led to another. Before you know it, he gave in and bought the whole bundle. At first glance, these partition walls don't look extraordinary. But if you've ever tried putting up a wall around your camp, you probably ran into something like this. A lot of the defenses we're given don't work well with terrain and also don't curve very smoothly. When I do building tutorials, I often talk about the futility of a defense wall, and I stick to that story today. I don't think walls provide any actual protection, as enemies can quickly chew and claw their way through them. So if you're budget-starved, don't waste resources on perimeter walls. But sometimes I like to put up fencing for area separation or for storytelling. In case of this little immersive fort, I think a proper wall is actually fitting. I was so pleasantly surprised by how easy this is to set up and how naturally the segments sink into the ground. Just look at it. It's so smooth. Absolutely nothing's hovering, and it comes with a gate. You can use these segments as individual partitions and dividers as well. This may seem like a minor detail, but the hanging lights were kind of a big deal for me. I love oil lamps in my builds because they require no power and emit the prettiest, softest light. I used the big standing oil lamps and the lanterns. I did not have hanging lanterns yet. So for my wall lights, I usually use the wall sconces with candles. Those are also very attractive with soft warm light, but they're sometimes a little bit too fancy. They would definitely be too posh for this build. I did this entire little fortress build without ever setting up a generator or running wires. All the light sources are natural and attractive. Sometimes devil's in the details. If you're new to Fallout 76 building, there's some things that you need to know. Mainly, your new building bundle will be all over the place in your build menu. It's not that big of a deal unless, like me, you have a ton of items in every category. I do wish there was a better way to organize it, but there isn't. So, if you just bought this kit, most of it will appear under New, keyword being most. If you look under New and don't see something that you just paid for, don't freak out, it's probably in a different category. You'll find walls under walls, but then these partition walls will be under defenses. The catwalks and docks will be under miscellaneous structures, lanterns under lights. That's pretty intuitive. If your set comes with roofs, then roofs. Most sets don't though. So even if you see on the cover picture that a set has a roof, unless it's specified and offered as a separate item, it's probably not actually in your bundle. That's another thing to be aware of with bundles. There are a couple of things in this bundle that I didn't end up installing. The door is good to have, but I thought it was too matching the whole set. I like to break up my colors and textures a bit, so installing different doors seemed more attractive to me. The other thing that came with this bundle is the brewing station, which looks amazing, but I think I'll save that for that meth lab building tutorial that C.A.M.P and I are working on. I'm not kidding, by the way. Actually, I didn't set up anything other than the cooking station in this camp yet in terms of resources and all that. This is as raw as it gets. I just wanted to show you guys a cool dynamic structure and some basic furniture and decoration so that you can get inspired. The rest of it, I will just play with on my own time. Settle in for a night of drinking beer and decorating just for the pleasure of decorating. In my humble opinion, this is the best building set yet, because it has something fun and useful for complete beginners with few resources and little experience, as well as for longtime pros who will benefit from the catwalks that also look good, and anyone in between. I feel that this bundle is also rich with the amount of stuff that we get, and everything is very well themed and matched. Some bundles come with weird stuff like balloon animals and random wall decorations that don't actually match anything. Not this one. This one is very consistent. What did you think? Did you get inspired to go and build a whole new camp? What will yours be like? A wilderness survival cabin by the lake? A torture shack hidden in the woods? A romantic hideaway for two? Let us know over on Discord at Vault42, where you can share pictures of your creations. If you enjoyed this item review and demo, please give it a thumbs up. Toss me a super thanks for spending all of my hard-earned atoms on this set for the sake of this video. And consider becoming a channel member or a patron. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Noodlepants, one half of Gamer Aviator. And until next time, stay safe out there, Vault Dwellers.
In the heart of West Virginia, where the shadows creep and sway, lies a land of rusted dreams, where the brave dare not stray. Appalachia, oh, it's a treacherous ride, with dangers untold and nowhere to hide.